It all started at 2 a.m. on May 14th, 2025, when I hugged my son goodbye and got into an Uber. With the goal of making a new life in Mexico. First, I spent 11 days in Puerto Vallarta for the Pride Parade, a drag show, and seeing the most incredible sunsets I've seen in my life. Then I boarded a bus for Guadalajara. We're outside of Guadalajara. I'm just waiting for an Uber to pick me up because my two business coaches want to interview me and learn my story on how I got myself here to Guadalajara, Mexico. So yeah, that sounds like fun. I get to meet them in person. I don't think I've ever met anyone on YouTube in person before, so this will be fun.
Why was it that you wanted to get out of the U.S. so bad in the first place?
Two main reasons. One is economic. My career has come to a stop. I was a patent examiner for 14 years. And for economic reasons, there's talk of a recession and maybe even a depression. So for that reason, companies aren't filing nearly as many patent applications as they were in the past. So that impacted me directly. So I've left that work. There's also the political reasons. I won't get into detail, but it's not a good scene in the United States. So I'm very concerned about it. For 5.5 months, I called the Colonia Americana neighborhood home in Guadalajara. I also love the birds chirping. Between the trees and the birds, I'm in heaven. I started hanging out with the English-speaking business networking group that met at Cerveceria Gibbons on Wednesday nights. Then I started job hunting at language schools on foot. Well, I just got done with the fastest job interview of my lifetime in my 30-year career. They were asking where I lived, and that naturally led to my telling them, here's a tourist till the end of October. They said, okay, so you don't have residency or a work permit? I said no. And they said, yes, actually, I need to have not just residency, but permanent residency and a work permit, which I didn't know. I thought temporary legal residency would be good enough. No, they want permanent residency with permission to work. But if you're a permanent resident, you already have permission to work as far as I know. But that's a moot point because I'm only a tourist, and no, they don't offer visa sponsorship. Not at this time. I was just reflecting on today's situation after the interview and the residency requirements and all that. To put things in perspective, in order to get permanent residency in Mexico, i.e. not temporary, permanent, you would need to have 6 figures in savings for the past 12 months. It might be $200,000 or it could be $150,000. It depends on which consulate you apply at. But look at it this way. If I already have 6 figures in the bank, US dollars, I'm not going to be looking for a job. I wouldn't be looking for an English teaching job that pays, if you're lucky, $1,000 a month, give or take. So that's kind of disappointing that a company really wants me to have that level of money to even work for them. That just doesn't makes no sense to me at all. But it is what it is. I went to Mexico City for 4 days and attended the VTEX Connect conference with the hopes of networking with Mexican businesses as a potential technical and legal English consultant. But I ran into the same problems as before. See, as a tourist without residency, I wouldn't be able to get a work permit, and without a work permit, you can't invoice companies in Mexico. So this business idea of mine couldn't get very far, but I still had a good time at the conference. With no job offer and no way to start a business, I had to leave Mexico before my 180-day tourist visa expired. So I flew to Cancun on my way out. Then I took the Tren Maya to Chetumal. Of the trip. After that, I took a cab ride to a small border town. Made it. I'm in my little hotel room right by the border. I'm probably a couple hundred yards or a couple hundred meters from the border of Belize. On November 1st, I took a cab to cross the border into Belize for the first time in 10 years. So I just got dropped off at the bus terminal here in Corozal, in the Corozal district of Belize. Yeah, I'm on Belize soil for the first time in a decade. That's pretty wild. I always wanted to come back. But I'm loving this drive. It's very nice. Okay, I'm in Belize City now. Got off the bus a few minutes ago. The bus ride was 3.5 hours, so quite a long trip. It was like the local bus made all kinds of stops, stopping for all kinds of people. But very gorgeous scenery, very beautiful country, very green.
I then continued my journey westward from Belize City to San Ignacio, which took about 2 hours. This is Bella's Backpackers Hostel, the place literally in a treehouse where I would stay for 4 weeks. One of the first things I did in Belize was one of my passions, horseback riding.
The pink one you'll be riding is Sultana.
Sultana?
Yeah, Sultana.
Sultana.
My tour guide and I went through the jungles of western Belize on our horses for about 2 hours.
Oh. You're affectionate. I like that. This is likely the highest part that the public can access in Zunantinich Archaeological Reserve. Pretty amazing view. That way's north. West is this direction. So out in the horizon, those distant hills, that's Guatemala. Looks very green, pure, untouched, unspoiled. In 2 weeks, I'll be there. I'm thinking about career plans, and 4 weeks ago was my second interview with the patent office, and I still haven't heard back regarding my status, and that could be partly due to the government shutdown, might have delayed some things. Offer might come in the coming weeks, but be that as it may, I've been having second thoughts about it for quite a while for a number of reasons. So what now? This is my last week in Belize. I'm here until Saturday afternoon, and then I'm taking the bus all the way to Antigua, Guatemala. I was originally going to come back to the United States, but I'm extending that timeline since I'm not going to take the PTO job. I'll be in Guatemala probably up until the early middle of February. And plus, I've identified Vietnam as a very viable destination for an English teaching job. They have a high demand for business English instructors who teach business English to working adults, not children. Bottom line is, what would make me happier? Vietnam, because that would be a lot more fun and interesting. Sure, the money at the patent office would be really good, but money's not everything. It's not the end-all, be-all. I would be kind of bummed out if it were all to come to an end in less than a month from now. I'd be moving back to an unstable country. So yeah, the show must go on. I've got a story that's worth writing about.
On November 29th, I left Belize for Guatemala.
Okay, it just entered Guatemala. Behind me is the border crossing, and now I just walked into the Guatemala immigration station, and they stamped my passport in, didn't ask me any questions. But anyway, here's Guatemala. There's a river that separates the two countries. I am loving this shit.
This is the first leg up to the town of Flores.
Okay, we just all got into a bus, went from the island of Flores back into the main town, and we are going to take este autobús detrás de mí para Ciudad de Guatemala sobre la noche, and then we transfer to a van for the final leg to Antigua, which should take an hour. But yeah, this is a double-decker bus.
We settled in for the overnight ride from Flores to Guatemala City, which took about 9 hours. Left around 9:30 p.m. and arrived in Guatemala City 6 a.m. the next morning.
Okay, I'm at the hostel entrance, only to find out we've moved to 1A Calle Poniente. I hope that's not far. And I've got all my bags, 60 pounds worth of shit. But look at that volcano. Holy cow. So now I need to lug all my shit to the address I need to find. This is why you get your SIM card before you arrive. And here it is, the world famous Arcos Catalina, Santa Catalina. So, yep, this is the thing you see when you pull up Antigua, Guatemala on Google. One of the first images you see. Goes way back to the 1500s. I'm aware of. A long time ago. Here it is, Lake Atitlan. Oh my. Lake Atitlan. This was worth the 2.5-hour ride over winding mountain roads and more speed bumps than I've ever encountered in one trip in my lifetime. I can see why this is a popular destination. It's happening. Holy shit. Wow. An actually volcano. Never seen this before in my life. Okay, that sounds like firecrackers.
Took a bus from Antigua back to Guatemala City.
I'm not getting any sleep. We made it. We made it to the palace, the national palace. Yes. This is an iconic photo here. Yeah, worth the walk.
Embassy, and they have actual pieces of the Berlin Wall.
No kidding. The Berlin Wall is here. Oh yeah. Is that the Berlin Wall? I was 15 and watching it on television.
I chiseled it off the wall myself.
Oh wow, really?
I did, yeah, I swear to God, yeah.
Damn.
Historic moment.
Yeah.
Right. This is Plaza Berlin. So our tour guide was saying literal actual pieces of the Berlin Wall are here. Over there. Wow. Guatemala City is full of surprises. I did the math, and I have been on foreign soil for 263 days. That is astounding. Going all the way back to May 14th, when I hugged my son goodbye at 2 a.m., hopped into an Uber for a ride to Tucson Airport, to fly from Tucson to Phoenix, Phoenix to Puerto Vallarta, with a plan of making Guadalajara to be my long-term home, but that unfortunately didn't work out. And so then I moved on to Belize for 4 weeks while figuring out my new plan. And then after that, I came to Guatemala at the end of November, and I've been here ever since then. That's coming up on 2 months. Yeah, 2 months I've been in this country. Oh shit, don't get killed. Yeah, crossing the street in Latin America has been my most risky activity, I have to say.
On February 1st, I returned to the United States from Guatemala Airport.
Just after 4 a.m. on this Sunday, I obviously at the airport went through security, got my passport stamped for exit, and checked 2 bags.
The first leg of my journey back to Arizona was a flight through Los Angeles.
So I'm in LAX, went through immigration, and then I checked my bags onward to Phoenix, and now I find out I'm in the wrong terminal for my connecting flight to Phoenix. But luckily, I've got over 5 hours to figure things out in this giant airport that I've not been to since 2013. So I need to leave this building and go to Terminal 7. Los Angeles, LA, La La Land.
Now onward to Phoenix.
Just got off the plane. I'm in Phoenix now. Yep, here for the first time since May 14th of last year. And now I'm on my way to the baggage claim carousel. And after that, with all my baggage, take the Phoenix SkyTrain to the 44th Street in Washington train station. And instead of taking the light rail with all my baggage, what I would do is get an Uber from there. Just have the Uber come pick me up by SkyTrain station for probably a half-an-hour ride to my mom's place in Mesa. So that's my plan now.
I took an Uber from Sky Harbor Airport to East Mesa to be with my mom for the first time in almost a year.
Well, it's Monday. It's my first full day here in America. Walking with my mom in the mobile home park. And yeah, having a lovely day here, working on my taxes, downloading bank statements, that kind of shit. Oh, and I spoke with my son on the phone, and yeah, we will probably be taking a trip up to North Phoenix to go visit my son mañana for a little while. That'll be nice. I haven't seen him since mid-May, and I haven't seen my mom in almost a year, so she's doing all right.
On February 12th, I began my journey from Mesa to Tucson.
Next stop, Stately and Mean.
Just got off the light rail a few minutes ago, and now I'm at University Rural ASU campus, baby. Now waiting for my 10:30 bus to show up. Yep, so everything is so far proceeding on schedule, or as they would say in Britain, schedule. Everything is right on schedule. So I've got my baggage, and Tucson should arrive 12:30, and then from there go to my storage unit and start unloading all this stuff.
I took the Flixbus from Tempe to Tucson.
Made it to Tucson. It's just after 12:30. The bus ride took about an hour and 50 minutes. Went fast. The 2 hours went by quick. I don't know what the deal is. It seems to me lately time is going by faster, especially when I'm traveling. But anyway, I'm at a place called Red's Tacos. It just opened. So I ordered a Sonoran hot dog and a birria taco and Pepsi. So pull my heels, have a bite to eat for lunch, and then after that head to my storage unit and start getting shit done. Open sesame. Yeah, just the way I left it. Awesome. All right, now I need to take stuff out of the sea bag, take stuff out of my bags, put it in storage, and grab a few things to take with me to Vietnam. So, yep, this is what I'll be doing for about an hour, and then I'm going to donate stuff to Goodwill and then check into the Airbnb next. Now I'm running an errand. I checked into the Airbnb, I don't know, about an hour and a half ago, just before 5 o'clock. I checked into the Airbnb and got settled in, and then I took the bus about a mile or so, made a visit to the dispensary, got myself a product, and I'm enjoying the product. I'm on my way to walk and get some supper. And yeah, it's my old neighborhood. It's so nice here. I kind of miss this town. You know, too bad the United States is in such shit shape. I could see myself living here more. I like it more than Phoenix. So I had to come back and put away my now dead laptop. Yes, a day before I leave for Canada, my laptop dies, and I tried everything I could to turn it back on. So I'm gonna just bite the bullet and get a new laptop in Vancouver. All right. Okay, well, this is a productive 2 days. Got a lot accomplished. And I'll be back when I'm back, whatever that may be. This is it, the campus of the University of Arizona, my alma mater. This is the place where I came of age. I arrived here in August of 1992 at 17 years old and graduated in May of 1998 at 23. I always love coming back here, paying tribute to the place that made me. Made my job in the patent field possible, and applying for teaching jobs in Vietnam thanks to my bachelor's degree. So yeah, I am qualified, ready to go.
Then I took the bus from Tucson back to Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport.
Adios, America. made it. I just landed here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. My very first time in this country. Yeah, this is really cool. Looking forward to getting established and getting some poutine and butter tarts. This is Granville Street. A couple of blocks northeast of where I'm staying. This is pretty cool. Yes, very busy Saturday night. It's cold, but that's not stopping from people from coming out to hang out. Continuing my journey northbound along the path here. That guy's a local for sure. Crazy. This is nice. Very, very peaceful here. That over there is North Vancouver. At the train station where it all began almost a week ago, 6 days ago. Yeah, here it is. Now, take the train for about a 20-ish minute ride to the airport, and then 12:55 my flight departs for an hour and 45 minutes in Tokyo, and then continuing onward to Ho Chi Minh. So this will be a lot of traveling for one day.
Back to Vancouver Airport.
Farewell, Canada. I am in Tokyo, Japan's Narita Airport. Landed here about 4:25 p.m. their time, which is 11:25 p.m. Pacific time. The flight took about 9.5 hours. It was like 2:15 Vancouver time when we took off, and it was 10:25 when we landed. So that's 9 hours and 10 minutes of flight time. Yeah, my very first long-haul flight, and I've managed to get through this airport without having to know Japanese. I had to hustle to get to this gate for the flight to Ho Chi Minh City, so that way I don't miss it. That would be bad.
Onward from Tokyo to Ho Chi Minh City, about 6 hours flight time.
I made it. I'm in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City. It's just after, it's almost 11 p.m. on Monday. Yeah, it's Monday night. I've been traveling since Monday morning. Yeah, I'm way disoriented. It's crazy. 9.25 hour flight plus another flight that was 6 hours. Yeah, 15 hours of flying. Happy Tuesday morning from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. I woke up a little while ago, left my hostel room, which is down straight ahead there, and now I'm looking for a place to get a bite to eat for breakfast. And that's really cool. Congratulations. Yeah, this is quite an adjustment, all right. I'm just thrilled by the fact that I don't need to bundle up before I go outside. And now I'm here walking around my neighborhood. Holy shit. I literally feel like I was photoshopped here. I'm having a hard time of believing I'm actually here. Wow. Yeah, I don't think I can get bored watching this. Jesus Christ. Wow. My gosh. Yeah, I got plenty of things to adjust on, but this is really cool so far. Alright, I might as well go the distance and start doing videos of me drinking and eating the local food here. So here goes some of the egg coffee going down the hatch. This is really good. It's like
Coffee with eggnog. I like it already. Okay, this is better than expected. Yeah, wow. Well done, this is great. After 2 weeks in Ho Chi Minh City, it was time to move northward to Da Nang. Just got to the train station. My Grab driver took care of me, got me here in one piece, in the middle of rush hour traffic too. Crazy. I could never drive here. But yeah, this is the station. It's about, I think it's about 10 to 6 p.m. and my train takes off at 7:25 p.m. My ticket is already paid for, so it's just a matter of, well, the train says to arrive here 30 minutes prior to departure, so I've got a little time to kill. This is the timetable. I'm taking the SC4 train that leaves at 7:25 p.m. overnight to Da Nang. Wow. The coast. I'm now in Da Nang, Vietnam. Just got off the Reunification Express train over here. It was about 18 hours with the 1 hour delay where we had to get off the train, board a bus to go to the next station, and then get back on a different train. But overall, the ride was really nice, and now what I need to do is hail a Grab ride and get a lift to the hostel. It's getting nicer and nicer here. One night I had dinner on a ferry on the Han River. How do I get on those ferries? This one doesn't move anywhere, I don't think. I took a day trip to the Marble Mountains just south of Da Nang. There goes the parasailer. Brave, brave student. I went on a paraglider once, back in 2011. It scared the shit out of me. I'd rather just fly a plane, like a Cessna. That's a little bit crazy to me. Whatever makes you happy. Whatever floats your boat or keeps you aloft. Okay, I just got out of the Grab car. I'm in front of Wise English, which is the place behind me. So, yeah, but I'm ready. I got my demo lesson prepared. I spent about 2.5 to 3 hours making it, putting it together in Microsoft PowerPoint. It was a fun exercise. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, just got done with the interview, a demo lesson. It went a little quicker than expected because there was only one staff member. It was nice. She said it was very interesting, the topic. I chose favorite animals. And so we did like a lesson suitable for an 8 or 9 year old child. And told stories about my son's cat, Jackson Quinones, and I also talked about Sultana, the horse I rode in Belize last fall. That was cool. Good time. This is a nice place here. She's going to confer with her managers, and as far as next steps are concerned, there would be a second, either an interview or another demo lesson. But I've got some thinking to do because my ultimate goal was to go to Hanoi and pursue teaching in business English. On the other hand, I told this school I would seriously consider a good offer. You know, this is a good city, Da Nang. I'm liking it more and more all the time. The beach is right here, you know. I said today I could work with teenagers, like college-bound teenagers who are in high school that need to prepare to take the IELTS. That's the International English Language Testing System. It's a standardized test of English for people who want to either move to an English-speaking country like the UK or Australia, the US, or you want to study at a university that's an English-based school, like the University of Arizona. And so I could potentially work with high school students who are serious about taking this exam, but I don't know about little kids. That's way outside of my wheelhouse. During my last night in Da Nang, I took a walk down to the Dragon Bridge, where on weekends they have this bridge spitting out fire. So I thought that was a nice climactic end to my nearly 3 weeks in the city. I got a lot accomplished. I had 2 job interviews, one with Wise English, the other one with EIV Education. Unfortunately, neither of those turned into a job offer, so I moved on. And I also got my FBI background check and university diploma received and translated and then notarized, which is a critical part of the work permit process here in Vietnam. In the afternoon of March 29th, I packed up my bags, took a grab car to the train station in Da Nang for the overnight ride to Hanoi, where I would continue my search for a business English job opportunity.
Just got off the train here in Hanoi. Trip took about 17 and a half, almost 18 hours. Great ride. Too bad it's already over. I would have loved to stay on that train, but yeah, now I'm here in the terminal figuring out my next steps, which is to get to the street level and get a grab ride to the hostel and drop my bags off. All right, so update. I went to the hostel where I was supposed to stay for 4 nights, and within the first 10 minutes I was like, you know what, I don't like this. Not what I expected. I had to go up 3 flights of narrow stairs with all my baggage. Wi-Fi doesn't work. I don't like the bathroom. I just got a very bad, uneasy feeling about it. So I'm riding this, I forgot what this is called, but this awesome guy showed up and he's giving me a lift to the hostel where I'm going to, which has much better reviews. My mistake for reserving a place that had 1 review on Google Maps, 1 review. So where I'm going is better. Yeah, this is pretty amazing. What an adventure today's already turned out to be.
After I checked into the hostel, I went and took a bus tour of the downtown Hanoi area, starting in the Old Quarter. And I was very impressed with the architecture. Lots of different types of architecture, Vietnamese, of course, Chinese influence, French influence, and even elements of the United States. And one thing I really noticed was that how hazy the air was. There's a lot of air pollution in Hanoi, a lot more so than other parts of Vietnam. It tends to be more polluted in the northern part of the country.
So I just got off the double-decker bus right behind me. That was a really awesome tour. A little over an hour. And yeah, very impressed with the city. I have been here literally not even 6 hours. A lot of green spaces, which you know I love, lakes, beautiful architecture that's inspired by France, China, even the elements of the United States. So a multicultural influence here. Fantastic food. Yeah, this is a great city. I love it so far. Yeah, no, there's no beach, but there are lakes here. I love lakes. Just had my meal. I'm skipping all these veggies. I can't digest all that. I don't want to go to the emergency room. It was good. I enjoyed it. Hanoi via Hanoi. Pretty good. This was the bun shan and the noodles. And the price for the combo Obama, 130k dongs, which is about $5. Pretty good value. This is Train Street, and there's a literal sign that says because of tourists encroaching, so they actually closed this off. It's actually blocked off over there. And there's a guy that says in 2.5 kilometers you can go see the train, and he can get you there. Yeah, for a price. Sounds like another tourist trap. That's okay. I'm just happy to be here. It's late on Tuesday morning, and I'm drinking a coffee at this rooftop bar, contemplating things. So lately it's occurred to me, given that I've sent either 40 cold emails, or that also includes job applications submitted, and yeah, I haven't heard anything back lately. It's forcing me in a position to have to pivot again and reconsider what I'm doing. I'm looking for a job in the wrong place. So what I'm going to need to do is make another pivot. Pivot in the sense of
relocating to the right or the best environment for business English jobs. That's Ho Chi Minh City, aka Saigon, or FKA Saigon. So what I'm going to do is, since I already have the round trip paid for the visa run in about 3 weeks, May 22nd, I'm going to be going to Bangkok in Thailand for a week and then coming back to Vietnam with a new 90-day visa. At that point in June, I'll head way back down south to Ho Chi Minh City, where it all began, and take advantage of the stronger business English market there. Give the entire month of June and all of July, and if by the end of July I'm still not getting anywhere, no interviews or no offers, no traction, then in August, before my 90 days is up, I'll have to return to Arizona to regroup again. Just got out of a Grab car. Today is April 30th, Reunification Day. This is the day that Northern Vietnam and Southern Vietnam became one again. It marked the fall of Saigon, is when the Northern Vietnamese and the Viet Cong defeated the Southern Vietnamese government, which was backed by the United States during the Vietnam War. So today's the day of celebration. There's somewhere is Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. I think that's it's the presidential palace. Very cool, very beautiful, very yellow. And tomorrow is Labor Day, May 1st. So we have a 4-day weekend here in Vietnam. Pretty cool. A beautiful festive day so far. The Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum closes shortly, so I'm not going to be able to go in. Closes at 11:30, and it's sometime after 11 o'clock already, so that's okay. It's just cool to be here and see what's going on. All kinds of people in a celebratory mood. I feel kind of somber knowing that my country was involved in that war for 20 years. Fighting a war on the other side of the planet I had no business even getting involved with. That's my opinion. And it's not just the Vietnam War that applies to. The Iran War, Iraq War, so many other armed conflicts that aren't even necessary. There it is. That's the building I want to go to. I had to look it up on Google Maps. There is Latte observation deck way up there. Yeah, and the weather's clearing up, so the views must be pretty incredible from up, what's that, 500 feet? That's where I'm going next. Here we are at the 65th floor of this building at an altitude of 272 meters. Holy shit. Oh my God. Wow. Damn. Just as impressive as the Saigon Sky Deck. This is the top of the Latte Hotel building. I think this is a hotel. Observation deck. Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum right in the dead center of this video. And then over there you've got Ho Tay Lake or West Lake. Please take off your shoes before entering Skywalk. Holy crap. Yeah, no thank you. Oh, I'm starting to feel sick to my stomach just even looking down. Yeah, I think I have fear of heights. I literally don't even want to get on this glass. No thank you. This is fine. I can see why they would want you to take off your shoes. They don't want to scratch the glass. Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. I can feel my stomach turning. Ugh. What a view. This was 230,000 dong for the ticket, so about $8, almost $9. I think it was worth it. Down we go. is Sunday, May 10th, 2026, and it's Mother's Day. So I first want to wish a happy Mother's Day to my mom and to all the other moms around the world, not just in the United States. I want to thank my mom for obviously making this video possible, this whole thing possible, and for always being available by phone. No matter where I go on this planet, I know I could reach out to her and have a nice chat every time. So I'm very grateful for that. And now I want to talk about my 12 months abroad. It hasn't gone quite as expected, but that's probably the biggest lesson I've learned is expect the unexpected. When you leave your home country, you can't expect your new life abroad or overseas to be a carbon copy of your old life. Why leave home if you expect that? No, the biggest lessons are expect the unexpected, roll with the punches. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. There's a reason why that saying exists. Be open, be curious, be humble, stay humble for sure. You're a guest in another country. They're not obligated to keep you around, so always be on your best behavior. Be respectful of the laws, the norms, the culture, everything. And do as much prep work as you can before you arrive. That will save you a lot of trouble and headaches. I haven't quite reached my goal yet of a business English teaching job, but I know that'll come in the coming months. I'm going to be going to Bangkok, Thailand for a 1-week visa run later this month, and at the end of May I return to Hanoi, and then I'll be taking the train all the way back down south to Ho Chi Minh City where it all began. I'll be looking to take advantage of the better business English market down there, and I'm giving myself until August to make this happen. And I guess that's it. So I'll wrap up this long epic video. This is the longest video I've recorded for this channel. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I appreciate you. If you're new here, this is the Spend channel. That's single parent, empty nester, digital nomad, where I help empty nest single parents in the United States, ages 40 to around 60, build a game plan for moving abroad for their first time, now that the kids are out of the house. So thanks again, and if you like what I'm throwing down, be sure to like and subscribe and share this with a friend. Until the next time, stay safe, and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care.